Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. First of all, we would like to thank you for being here today. We are Group 4, and in this presentation, we'll be discussing about mature tissues in planes like supporting tissues and vascular tissues. Before we begin, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Kaisa Lisatul Semta, and I'm here with my teammates Cindy Audia Adrian and Stefano Octavian Ribaskoro. Okay, we hope this presentation will be informative and engaging for all of you. If you have any question, please feel free to ask and at the end of the presentation. Okay, the first material will be presented by Cindy Audia Adrian to Cindy. Time is yours.
I will now explain the material about supporting tissue. Supporting tissue is a type of plant tissue that functions to provide mechanical strength, support, and flexibility to the plant body. This tissue helps plants withstand environmental stress such as wind, gravity, and mechanical pressure. Supporting tissue is divided into two main types, collenchyme and sclerenchyme. Collenchyme tissue. Characteristic of collenchyme tissue. Collenchyme is a type of living mechanical tissue. It consists of a elongated cell with unevenly thick cell walls. The cell walls are mainly composed of cellulose and pectin. It is usually found in young growing organs, especially in stems, petioles, and leaf veins. The cell contains protoplasm and may have chloroplast contributing to photosynthesis. Function of collenchyme tissue provides mechanical support to young and growing plant parts, increases flexibility, allowing plant to bend without breaking. Strengthen plant organ will still allowing growth and elongation. Helps in the condition of nutrient. In some cases, it assists in photosynthesis due to presence of chloroplast. Types and form of collenchyme tissue. The first angular collenchyma thickening occurs at the corners of the cell where three or more cells meet. Provides strong support for young stem and petioles. Example found in celery petioles. Second, conlechyma. Thickening occurs on the tangential walls parallel to surface from layers providing support and flexibility to growing organs. Example found in sunflower stem. 3. Lacunar collenchyma. Thickening is concentrated around intercellular spaces, provided support while maintaining airspace for gas exchanges. Example from stem of aquatic plant. 4. Annular collenchyma. Thickening occurs evenly around the cell wall, provides uniform strength to plant structure. Cell wall thickening in collenchyma. Collenchyma has unevenly thickening cell walls, which consist of cellulose, pectin, and hemicellulose. Thickening occurs in specific regions, depending on the types on collenchyma. The presence of pectin makes the cell walls hydrophobic, allowing them to retain water and maintaining the thickened walls provide strength and flexibility, allowing plant organ to bend without breaking.
Okay, I'm gonna explain about my material is sclerenchyma tissue. The first is characteristic of sclerenchyma tissue. Sclerenchyma tissue is one of types of supportive tissue in plants. This tissue has specific characteristics that distinguish it from other types of tissues. Characteristic of sclerenchyma tissue is consists of old, hard, and dead cells with thick cell walls containing a lot of lignin, providing stretch and durability. The cells can be in the form of fiber or sclerate, round, and their primary function is to provide structural support to the plants, maintaining rigidity even when exposed to wind or load. Sclerenchyma is stranger and more rigid compared to collenchyma tissue, which is more flexible and with thinner cell walls. Next is function of sclerenchyma tissue. The main function of sclerenchyma tissue is to provide structural support and reinforcement to plants. Here are some other important functions of sclerenchyma tissue. First is support for plants. Sclerenchyma provides strength to the plants, helping it stay upright and withstand physical pressures such as wind or load. Second is protection for plants. Sclerenchyma protects vulnerable parts of the plants such as seeds, fruit skin, and stems from damage. Third is assisting water transport. Sclerenchyma cells support water vessels, aiding in the efficient transport of water within the plants. Fourth is increasing resistance. The lignin in the sclerenchyma cell walls make the plant more resistant to pathogen and herbivore attack. The last is plant stability. In mature parts, sclerenchyma provides structural stability, keeping the plant upright and sturdy. Next is types of sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma have two types, is fiber and sclerate. Fiber meaning is not akar serabut but serat serabut yang bentuknya itu lebih panjang dibandingkan dengan sclerate yang bulat, dan sclerate lebih keras. Next is sclerate. Sclerate are one type of cell found in a sclerenchyma tissue in plants. The cell have special characteristics and functions that distinguish them from other types of sclerenchyma cells, namely is fibers. And here's some of the characteristics of sclerate. 1. Irregular shapes. Sclerate vary in shape, such as round, short, or irregular, unlike fiber which are elongate. And 2 is thick, hard cell walls, containing lignin and making them hard and providing stretch and protection. 3 is dead cells. Sclerate die when mature, but continue to provide structural support. And 4 is found in its first part of plants, found in seeds, fruit skin, and stem, especially in parts that need extra protection. Next is function of sclerate. First is protection of plants. Provide mechanical protection to fragile parts such as seeds and fruits. Second is strengthening. Add strength and stability to mature plant tissues. And the last is herbivore prevention. Prevent consumption by herbivores with hard and sharp textures. Example of sclerate we can find in seeds, in seeds such as grape or apple seeds, and fruit skin. Found in the skin of the fruit such as pears, provides protection and hard texture. Next is fiber. Fiber are one type of cell found in sclerenchyma tissue in plants. Fiber have several characteristics that distinguish them from other types of sclerenchyma cells, namely is sclerates. Characteristic of fibers. 1. Elongate shape. Fiber cells are long and thin, forming a flexible but not strong tissue, not network. And second is thick cell walls containing lignin, providing stretch and resilience. 3 is dead cells. Fibrous cells die when mature but still provide structural support. And last is structural tissue. Fiber are often found in a group close together, forming a reinforcing network. Network is tissue. Function of fibers. 1 is support and strengthening. Provide support to stem and leaf, keeping the plant upright and strong. 2 is vascular support. Support transport vessels such as xylem and phloem. And the last is strengthening. Add mechanical strength to the plants, helping to resist physical damage or herbivore attack. And next is examples of fiber. In stems. 1. In stems. Providing reinforcement to the stem of woody and herbaceous plants. 2 is in leaf. Help leaves withstand stretch and damage. And the last is natural fibers. Use this textile materials such as cotton, jute, and hemp.
Okay, the next material is vascular tissue. Vascular tissue in plants is a tissue that functions to distribute water, mineral, and photosynthesis product throughout the plant. This tissue consists of xylem and phloem. Vascular tissue in plant is responsible for distributing water, mineral, and photosynthesis product throughout the plant. This tissue consists of xylem, which transport water and mineral from the roots to the leaves, and phloem, which distribute the product of photosynthesis from the leaves to other part of the plant. Okay, next we talk about xylem. Xylem is a plant tissue that transports water, provides support, and promotes growth. Xylem is a vascular tissue in a plant to transport water and mineral from the roots to the leaves, provides structural support, store nutrients, and contribute to secondary growth and the secretion of substances such as resin or sap. Most of its cells are dead at maturity and have cell walls containing lignin, which strengthens the plant structures. Okay, now we talk about a characteristic of xylem can be summarized as follows. First, transport function. Xylem function to transport water and mineral from the roots to the leaves in one direction from bottom to top. And second is composed of dead cells. Most xylem cells are dead cells with thick cell walls containing lignin to provide strength. And third, structure in roots. Xylem in roots grow in the central part or stele with a cross-shaped pattern in dicot roots and circular pattern in monocot roots. And four, structure in stems. In dicot stems, xylem forms a ring around the stem, while in monocot stem, vascular bundles are scattered randomly. And next, structure in leaves. Xylem is leaf function to transport water needed for photosynthesis, working together with phloem, which distributes the photosynthesis product throughout the plant. And six, contains lignin. Xylem cells walls contain lignin, which provides strength and prevents the collapse of vessels during water transport. 7. Lacks albumin. Xylem doesn't contain albumin, unlike some other plant tissues, particularly in gymnosperms. And for the last part of the vascular tissue, xylem works together with phloem as plant vascular tissues responsible for substance transport, with xylem transporting water and mineral, will phloem transport photosynthesis product. Okay, the next slide is the function of xylem. First, water and mineral transport. Xylem function to transport water and mineral from the roots to the leaves through xylem vessels. This process occurs passively through capillary root pressure and transpiration pull. The flow moves in one direction from bottom to the top, supporting photosynthesis and plant metabolism. Second, structural support. Xylem cells walls contain lignin, which provide the strength and rigidity to stems and root. This structure helps plants remain upright and withstand mechanical stress and extreme environmental conditions, such as wind or weather change. For the third, storage of substance, axial parenchyma and medullary ray parenchyma is the xylem system function to store water and nutrient reserve. This storage is critical for maintaining water balance in plants, especially during dry conditions or when the plant cannot absorb sufficient water from the soil. And for the last, secretion and secondary growth. Secondary xylem, derived from the vascular cambium, play a role in secondary growth, increasing the diameter of stems and roots. Additionally, some plants have secretory channels within the xylem that produce and store substance like resin or sap, which serve protection against pests of infection. Okay, the next is component of xylem. First, there are tracheids. Second is vessels, all xylem vessels. And third is xylem fibers. And for the last is xylem parenchyma. These four components work together within the xylem system to support its primary function as a water and nutrient transport tissue in plants. Okay, first we talk about a tracheid. Tracheids are long, narrow cells with separate ends, and they facilitate the transport of water and mineral through pits or small pores in their walls, and arranged in an overlapping pattern, allowing water to flow from one cell or to another. Their cells walls undergo lignification or thickening with lignin, providing a structural strength to the point. Okay, next is vessels or xylem vessels, composed of tube-shaped cells arranged longitudinally, and the end of the cell are perforated, forming continuous channels to accelerate water transport. Vessels are more efficient in transporting water than tracheids due to their larger diameter, commonly found in flower paints, angiospermae. And next is xylem fibers. The characteristic is long and thick-walled cells primarily functioning as mechanical support. These fibers contain lignin, making them stronger and resistant to external pressure. In some plants, xylem fibers also play a minor role in storing food reserves. The next structure is xylem parenchyma. The only living component of xylem function is storing food reserves such as starch and lipids, aids in the lateral transport of water and dissolved substance to other part of the plant, commonly found in the form of medullary rays, which connect xylem with other tissues. Okay, there are 5 of characteristics of phloem can be summarized as follows. First, function as a transport tissue for photosynthesis product. Phloem distributes nutrients from the leaves to all parts of the plants, including roots, stems, and other organs that require energy for growth and development. And second, composed of both living and dead cells. Phloem is a complex tissue made up of safe elements, companion cells, phloem fibers, and phloem parenchyma. Most of its components, such as safe elements and companion cells, remain alive while functioning, unlike xylems, which mainly consist of dead cells. Okay, the next characteristic is has bidirection transport. Unlike xylem, which move water only upwards, phloem can transport nutrients both upwards and downwards according to the plant's needs. And four, often found alongside xylem, phloem and xylem are usually located together in vascular bundles throughout the plant, forming a complementary system for substance transport. And the last characteristic this phloem is contains safe place for intercellular transport. The safe elements in phloem have safe plates, so small perforation in the cells was that allows smooth movement or of nutrients between cells. This characteristic distinguishes phloem for xylem and highlight its essential role in plant survival. Okay, that's all. It's a characteristic of phloem. Now we talk about the main function of the phloem. First is transporting photosynthesis product. Transporting photosynthesis product, the phloem distributes the product of photosynthesis from the leaves to all parts of the plant, including the root, stems, and storage organ to support growth and development. Second is supporting the vascular system. Working together with the xylem in the vascular tissue, the phloem from a transport system that enables the efficient distribution of nutrients throughout the plates. Okay, next it's storing nutrient reserve. Phloem parenchyma plays a role in storing starch, fats, and other organic compounds which can be utilized when the plant experiences energy shortage or unfavorable environmental condition. And for the last function is providing long distance transport pathway. The phloem function as a long distance simplistic transport pathway, mainly the dissolved carbohydrates such as sucrose and other essential substances required by plant cells. Okay, this function made up phloem a critical part of plant metabolism, ensuring the distribution of energy and vital nutrients for survival and adaptation to environment. Okay, the next slide is component of phloem. The phloem is a vascular tissue in plant responsible for distributing the product of photosynthesis from the leaves to all parts of the plants. The phloem consists of several main components, safe elements, companion cells, phloem fibers, and phloem parenchyma. Okay, now I will explain about sieve plates. Primary cells responsible for transporting photosynthesis product from leaves to the rest of the plants and have porous walls called sieve areas to allow nutrients flow. Like a nucleus when mature laying on component cells for function. Transport dissolved substance such as sucrose and amino acids arranged in sieve tubes forming long pathways in phloem tissue. Okay, now we talk about companion cells. Companion cells located next to sieve elements and regulate their activity. Contain an active nucleus and numerous mitochondria to support metabolism. Control the movement of nutrients in and out of sieve tubes. And play a role in protein and enzyme synthesis required the phloem transport. Help maintaining sieve elements with like nucleus. Okay, next it's phloem fibers, thick-walled cells that provide mechanical support to the plant. And second is present in both primary and secondary phloem with varying distribution patterns. And some types of phloem fiber also store nutrient reserves and shed the resistance to mechanical stress and environmental disturbance. Okay, the next structure is phloem parenchyma, consists of living cells responsible for storing nutrients reserves such as starch and fats, support phloem metabolism by providing energy for transport process, and often found medullary way connecting phloem with another tissues. Okay, the next slide is vascular bundles in plant. Vascular bundles are a system of vascular tissue composed of xylem and phloem, responsible for transporting water, mineral, and photosynthesis products throughout the plant. They are found in wood, stems, and leaves for forming an integrated transport network that support plant growth and metabolism. Okay, structure of vascular bundles. First is a xylem. The function is transport water and mineral from roots to leaves. And second is a phloem, distributes photosynthesis product throughout the plant. And the last is vascular cambium, play a role in secondary growth in dicot plants. Okay, there are three types of vascular bundler. First is collateral types. The characteristic xylem and phloem is arranged side by side in the same vascular bundles. And subtypes is first is open collateral, contains cambium between xylem and phloem, allowing secondary growth found in dicotyledons and gymnospermae. Closed collateral lack cambium, preventing secondary growth found in monocotyledons. And bicollateral, xylem is positioned between two layers of phloem, commonly found in plants from the Solanaceae family, like tomatoes and potatoes. And the second type is concentrate type. The characteristic one thesis or xylem or phloem surround the other. The subtypes like amphicebral phloem surround xylem, typically found in spreads. Or epiphyseal, xylem surround phloem found in certain monocots such as Acorus calamus. And the third type is a radial type. The characteristic is xylem and phloem are arranged alternately in a radial pattern, found in the root of monocots and young dicot plants. Okay, the next is vascular cambium. Vascular cambium is a lateral merisystem tissues responsible or secondary growth in plants, mainly in dicotyledon and gymnosperm. It is located between the xylem and phloem, actively dividing to produce secondary xylems inward and secondary phloem outward. And the function of vascular cambium is first is secondary growth, increase the diameter of stems and roots by forming secondary xylem and phloem. Second is annual ring information. Its activity produces annual rings that indicate the plant's age. The third is connecting vascular tissues, link separated vascular bundles in stem and roots. For the last is storage of reserve nutrients. Some cambiums serve as storage site of nutrients. Vascular cambium play a critical role in supporting secondary growth and structural strength, especially in woody plants. Okay, there are two types of vascular cambium. First is vascular cambium of vascular cambium, located found within the vascular bundle between the primary xylem and primary phloem. And the function is produce secondary xylem wood toward the inside the secondary phloem toward the outside, leading to stem and wood thickening. The structure composed of actively dividing meristematic cells which continuously regenerate with vascular tissues. Role in growth, the formation of annual growth rings in trees occur due to the seasonal activity or vascular cambium, producing different densities of xylem cells.